Welcome everybody to the Jordy Max Show, brought to you by MaxLawns.com for all your lawn maintenance needs. Check out MaxLawns.com. We are back, 2 episodes in a few days, so we decided that we want to give you all a little special treat. Bring in an extra episode here. We were talking NHL playoffs.
When do playoffs start?
I think Saturday.
You think Saturday?
I'm almost pretty sure.
Are you sure?
I know the Oilers play on Monday, but when I was searching, I think I saw Saturday.
Yeah? Have a look.
Yeah, Saturday, tomorrow.
We got round
Saturday.
one.
Yeah.
Blues and Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well just start there.
Yeah.
Leaders of the Central Division. Who was the President's Trophy winner? The Jets.
Yeah, the Jets.
Against St. Louis, who's a scrappy team. We're hoping that Holloway's back.
Let's just say this.
They're hoping that Holloway's back.
Are we doing playoff predictions here?
Isn't that what we were doing?
And let's just say, is it for the predictions championship?
No, that stays for wrestling for now.
Okay. We'll wait till next hockey season.
Because here's the thing, I don't want to have you cry because I'll win.
Well, you'll win Mania maybe, and then I'll win the playoffs.
You ain't winning the playoffs.
Okay, let's get into it. Winnipeg...
President's Trophy.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean to you?
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
I have a feeling that the Winnipeg Jets might be some frauds.
I'm calling Jets in 6. Only because of goaltending.
Yeah.
And they have, well, not only because of goaltending. I feel like if you can shut down the Robert Thomas, Jordan Kyrou line.
And Holloway and Broberg.
If Holloway's back.
I think he will be by maybe mid-first round.
See what happens. If you can shut down that one line from St. Louis, I think they're easy pickings.
All you got to do is get past Parayko and Binnington, and you're good.
Yeah. Well, if Parayko's back, he's injured right now, so
all you got to do is score on Binnington, and you're good.
Right, and don't get punched in the face in the process.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm calling Winnipeg in 6. What do you got?
Jets in 5.
Jets in 5. Okay. Moving on, we got Dallas and Colorado. What do they call this? The Rantanen Bowl.
Oh man, this is I wasn't alive during the time, but this is shades of the 1990s.
Yeah.
And this would have been mainly your era when you were an Avs fan, and
back when they had good teams.
Yeah, they do have good teams.
Yeah.
Dallas and Colorado are great.
Yeah, they got some studs. You know what? I have to go with. This is a hard one, but I have to go with the team with the better defenseman, and so for that reason, I am going with Colorado on this one.
So I'm saying the same thing for one reason: Gabriel Landeskog.
Yeah. Well, and the sentimental vote. I get it.
Yeah.
All right.
And also, Heiskanen's injured, so they're not 100%.
Although I really want to see Matt Duchene win one.
Yeah.
Right? Don't you? I love Matt Duchene. That's just my guy.
I do too.
But yeah, Colorado, they're too strong. They have the experience.
How poetic would it be if Duchene won against his former team? Right?
I know.
I'm gonna call Avs in 7.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say Avs in. Yeah, I agree. Avs in 7.
I think it's gonna be a close series.
Yeah. Very
close. Vegas, Minnesota.
Can I just back up real quick? Whoever. So here's the thing. I really, 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 really want, because you're going on Vegas and Minnesota. I really want whoever wins between Dallas and Colorado to get absolutely beat up. I want whoever wins between Minnesota and Vegas to get absolutely beat up. And I'm not worried about and this is more of an Oilers take. I'm not worried about Winnipeg or St. Louis against the Oilers. But that those two matchups, those two Central Division or Pacific and Central Division of Vegas and Minnesota, those four teams, I want to see them absolutely annihilate each other so that the Oilers have a clear path to the Stanley Cup final. Continue.
Vegas in 5.
You got Vegas in 5?
Yeah,
That's
Vegas
it?
in 5.
No other
That's it.
no other comments? Okay. I concur. I think Minnesota's top dog just came back, and I don't think he's going to be able to handle what Vegas can throw at them. But that being said, wouldn't it be amazing to see Marc-Andre Fleury wrestling? I want to see somebody run Gustafsson,
Okay.
injure him, Fleury comes out and win the series. That would be hilarious. It's not going to happen, but it'd be hilarious. But no, yeah, Vegas is too strong for Minnesota. So you got Vegas in 5?
5.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Vegas in 6 actually, just because I think that
Minnesota might put up a fight.
well, Minnesota's kind of greasy. They got Hartman on their team.
Yeah.
And we know how Vegas gets with greasy guys, right? Peter Angelo lost his ever-loving mind and went after Draisaitl a couple seasons ago. So, we're gonna leave the Pacific 2 and Pacific 3 alone
I had something for that.
until the end.
Oh,
Let's
come
move
on.
over to the East.
You suck.
Hey, it's where we're from, so it's gonna take time. Battle of Ontario.
Sens in 4.
Sweep.
Seriously. No, I'm not joking. Sens in 4.
Sens in 4.
The Leafs are going to choke.
Okay. I think that Ottawa will win this, but I think it's going to be Ottawa in 5.5.
5.5? What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
So
Are
I
you
think
using Steiner math here? Or
Yeah.
what are you using?
no, I think it's going to be Ottawa in triple overtime
Oh, yeah, I get what you mean now.
in 5.
Okay.
But it's gonna go to overtime and Ottawa's gonna win. I just think that Ottawa, structure-wise, is a lot better suited. That being said, Toronto's goaltender, in his last 8 games, had 4 shutouts. So maybe he was hot at the right time, and now he's gonna cool down. That's what everybody's thinking. But yeah, Ottawa in 5.5.
Okay. Tampa or Florida?
Would this be the battle of the Gulf of America? No?
So one of them,
Too soon?
you know, one of them aren't even on the coast, right?
The battle of the Everglades.
This is just the Battle of Florida.
Okay. You ever see those news clippings where it says a Florida man
Yeah.
blank? I think a Florida man is gonna win this, but I'm just not sure which Florida man. But this one I think is gonna go the distance.
Tampa in 7.
You got Tampa in 7?
Do you know why? The Florida Panthers are going to choke after losing in the Stanley Cup Finals. Kind of like how Vegas did last year, right? Because remember, Florida made the cup
Mm-hmm.
and then lost.
Mm-hmm.
Against Vegas.
You know,
Vegas choked and Florida won.
Interesting enough.
But I'll finish my last part.
No, I'm waiting.
I'll finish my last part. It matters for another prediction. So, you'll see.
All right. It's interesting that the Kings and the Oilers are 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And the Oilers are sitting in their division 3rd.
And so is Florida.
And Florida is sitting in their division 3rd. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm calling Florida in 6.
Okay.
Just because I know that they have all of their dogs are coming back for game 1, and they added Brad Marchand. And Brad Marchand, honestly, when he wants it, he's a freaking game changer. He's greasy as hell. He gets under guys' skin, and he's going to get under the skin of Tampa Bay. He's going to get under the skin of their keeper, and yeah, so that's why I say Florida in 6.
Okay. Caps, Habs. This was a hard one for me because my favorite player is Ovechkin, but the Habs are my second team.
Well, the last time the Habs and the Capitals faced each other, the Capitals were the heavy favorite, and then they ran into a goaltender called Yaroslav Halak, which was very interesting. That was about 10, 15 years ago. Bruce Boudreau was the
Coach.
Yeah, he was the coach of the Capitals, and
Oh yeah, that video is viral.
he was pissed.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Caps in 6.
Caps in 6, hey? Well, I'm gonna take your Caps in 6, and I'm gonna raise you a Demidov.
And
And
Alex Ovechkin.
don't
Sir?
matter. Ovechkin already has his cup. He wanted to break that record. He broke the record. He's gonna ride off into the sunset.
Oh, he's not retiring. No, he said that. He literally just said that. Get
I'm not saying he's retiring.
okay.
He's
Actually,
gonna
wait.
ride off into the sunset and go enjoy his summer.
You know what? Screw it. I'm changing this.
He can't.
No,
Sorry,
no,
slow.
Yeah, I can.
Nah.
You changed it in the wrestling predictions, so I can change mine.
All right.
Habs in 7.
Habs in 7, hey?
Yeah.
The Swan
Like-
song.
Like 8 overtimes or something. I don't know.
I'm gonna say Habs in 7. That was my original prediction. And I think that if the Habs win, then just hear me.
They'll win the cup.
No,
Make it to the cup finals.
I think they're gonna make it to the Cup Finals.
Okay.
I think that Montembeault is gonna get hot at the right time.
Yeah.
And I think that the defense is going to stand on their head. And I think that Demidov is going to be a factor. And I think that Mr. Wi-Fi is going to be a factor as well.
Herbert Jackie.
And I actually like Martin St. Louis as a coach because he's the type of guy that will take people that aren't the most talented and have them work their asses off.
Okay.
Kind of like a Paul Maurice.
Yeah.
Okay? So, Habs in 7.
Okay.
And then the battle of who cares? Because nobody
Canes in
cares.
4.
Canes in 4.
Hell yeah.
Because they don't have Zach Hughes. Is that why?
Yeah.
Is
Well,
he?
and also just like
Is he done?
he's been LTIR like most of the season.
But is he done?
I don't know.
Right.
Do you know why I'm saying that?
Why?
The Canes are just a better team. That's why. They actually have a goalie. Let's just say that.
Where's Jesse Pugliarvi playing?
Florida. He
Gotcha.
actually just got suspended
Okay.
for hitting a guy from behind.
So I'm actually going to disagree with you, and I think that we're going to go Jersey in 6.
Okay.
I think
Whatever.
the Canes are going to explode after the end of this playoff, and they're
Okay.
going to go into full rebuild mode, and you're going to watch some of the Canes players disperse throughout the league.
Sebastian Aho to the Oilers?
No, thank you.
Okay, now.
I'll take one of their defensemen though.
Who? Like, Slavin?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, Slavin for Bouchard, 1 for 1.
No,
How about
thank
that?
you.
Slavin for Ekholm, 1 for 1.
Slavin and Bouchard on a pairing.
Slavin for Nurse and no, Slavin and a second for Nurse. Nurse and a second for Slavin actually.
And I'm gonna tell you why I think that Carolina's gonna explode. Why didn't Rantanen want to sign there? Nobody wants to play there,
He
right?
didn't want to play there.
I guess we'll find out. All right. We're gonna go back to the Western Conference, and the only
Good matchup.
good.
Except Dallas and Colorado. That's
Dallas and Colorado is going to be a wild first round, and I can't wait. When does that one start? That one starts.
Dallas tomorrow 6:30.
Beautiful. That's going to be amazing.
Can I just actually no? You go first.
When do the Oilers?
Monday.
Monday. Okay, so the Oilers Kings Monday. The
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
Okay, so this leads to my prediction of my prediction for the Stanley Cup final. Oilers, Habs.
I was thinking the exact same
I'm
thing.
telling you that this is the year that the Stanley Cup has no choice but to come back to Canada. The Four Nations was a foreshadowing of what's going to happen, and also it's a foreshadowing of the Olympics. Canada is going to bring it all home. Connor McDavid will not be denied. Leon Draisaitl will not be denied. Everybody's going to be healthy. Everybody's been resting, taking time off. Now, all of a sudden, Evander Kane, there's rumblings that he could be ready for game one.
Trent Frederick.
Jeff
Skinner in his first ever playoff.
Max Jones is starting to look like a player. Corey Perry is
always been a player,
shades of 04 Corey Perry. Or 07, whenever they won the Stanley Cup, where Corey Perry was an absolute greasy mechanic. I love Corey Perry.
Skinner with his first ever playoff.
Jeff Skinner.
After 1,000 games in 15 plus seasons.
And here's the best part. Jeff Skinner and Connor Brown. Connor McDavid is making them look
like the greatest player.
Like the first line of the Pittsburgh Penguins back in 1991 when you had Kevin Stevens, you had Mario Lemieux, and Jaromir Jagr. That was I want to say 95, but anyways, regardless.
Or you could also say the HBK line, Hornquist,
yeah,
Kessel, and who was the other guy? Oh, Bonino.
Nick Bonino. So, I'm gonna say, with all due respect, this is going to be a long series. Just because the Kings finally have a keeper. They finally have a Stanley Cup winning keeper who knows how to win in the playoffs.
Goaltender, sir. I know you coach soccer, but this is a goaltender in hockey.
But he's also a keeper because he keeps the puck out of the net. Regardless, Oilers in 7.
Let me just say something. I'm going to channel my inner Stephen A. Smith here.
Oh, God.
Tables, ladders, and chairs. Kurt Angle's got no hair. Dr. Doofenshmirtz's lair. Oilers in 4.
Oilers in 4. Sweep?
Look at the pattern.
Okay.
First year, Oilers in 7.
Yeah.
Second year, Oilers in 6. Third year, Oilers in 5. This year is going to be Oilers in 4.
Okay. So, okay. That's it, I guess.
Yep. Second round.
Yeah. Let us know what you think in the comments.
Well, let's go second round.
Oh, you want to go second round?
Let's go through the whole playoffs. Oh, yeah.
Nah, let's save that for another podcast. We don't even know who's going to be in the second round.
What our predictions said.
Let's predict the Stanley Cup champions. Nah, let's not even do that.
Well, you already predicted yourself.
I know, but I digress. Let's stick with the first round because I think that there's going to be a lot of surprises, and I think that we should circle back because I think it's better for our
content.
Yeah. So
all I'm gonna say is stick with it. Oilers in
7.
4.
MaxLawns.com. Check it out. We're in the middle of the spring rush. We are booking weekly lawn mowing. You can get your lawn mowed in Sherwood Park for as little as $35 per week.
Sounds pretty good.
Totally. It's completely affordable. We only serve Sherwood Park. We serve Strathcona County. And we do acreages. We do commercial properties. So if you want to check us out, check out maxlawns.com.
For all your lawn maintenance needs.
That's that. In the meantime.
In between time, stay classy, everybody. We will see you next week. Deuces.
Go Oilers.